it going? How's everybody doing? Just gonna do a little bit of a video here. I was just kind of bored anyway, and I haven't uh, done a video in a while. Besides a couple beer tasting videos, I guess, which are always fun to do for me anyway, because it's beer. But anyway, I'm just gonna talk about a couple things in my collection that I kept telling myself that I would never really buy because I wasn't really into them or they're too expensive. But as I was going through some things, like going through my museum, just kind of looking around, I realized, wow, I actually have a small collection of these things building up. Not a ton of them compared to other people, but just more than I expected to have, considering I never really expected to have any. And what I'm talking about is the Funko figures, pop heads, whatever the actual name is called, because I don't collect them really, so I can never remember the full name. I just call them the Funko figures. This is gonna slide off if I'm not careful. There, and the ReAction little figures that are just little action figure size figures that are grossly overpriced for the most part. That's why I kept saying, "Oh, I won't really buy them." Oh, I have a visitor. You gonna come over here? Come here. Come and say hi. Oh, you gotta put your head a little bit higher. There. You want to see? There. There. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. But over here, so Lemmy doesn't growl. Oh, and you're gonna jump back up anyway, aren't you? He'll be up in the table in a second. There he is. Boop. Stay over there. But anyway, I'm gonna go through the ones that I do have. I'm gonna start with the Funko figures first, and I will start off with the first one I ever bought, Gunner. Oddly enough, Gunner is your name, and I'm showing the Gunner figure. You want to say hi? You're named after him, you know. You're literally named after this character. But can I do a video while I'm holding you? Or are you gonna get cranky? There. I don't think this is gonna work. No, it's not. You gotta go down. Go down, go down, go down. There you go. Stay down. He's such a big cat. A big galoot. But anyway, I start off my Leatherface Gunnar Hansen, as I always like to say, because I do love the Gunnar Hansen Leatherface figure and, well, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film anyway, as I've mentioned many, many times. But yeah, I bought this. It's a place called, I think it only exists online now, called Suspect Video, and it was an underground video store that I think their original location was on Queen Street in downtown Toronto years and years ago. But unless I'm thinking of another store, it was destroyed in a fire, unfortunately. And then they moved to another location, which was there used to be this big store called Honest Ed's. It was a discount store, and it'd been there for decades and decades. And then as time went by, it just sort of went in disrepair, and it's downtown Toronto, so it's condos now. Go figure. But anyway, I used to go there a lot and buy figures and some cult films and things like that. And I saw this there, and I wasn't going to buy it because I'm not really into these. But it was Gunnar Hansen. I was out bike riding, and I was cruising around for a bit. About 2 hours later, I came back and bought it because I was like, if I don't get it, I'm going to be kicking myself because of who it is. So I ended up buying it, and I was quite happy that I did. And when I bought it at the time, it was only about $8 Canadian, and now on the average, these things sell about $25 each. So good job, me. But yeah, that's how I got that one. So anyway, oh, I don't put these over here so I don't have to turn around each time. But so next, since it's in my hand, I got Grogu, obviously from Mandalorian figure, and to go with him, I actually have the Mandalorian himself, Mando. His head's a little crooked, but oh well. But I actually got these at the dollar store once in a while. At, Canada's big dollar store, or Ontario anyway. I don't know. I'm assuming it's Canada wide, but Dollarama. Sometimes you do find treasures every once in a while, and they're selling these for a couple bucks each. And I know that I've seen them in other stores for around 20 bucks a piece. So I got lucky there, and they're pretty good. Like there's a lot of cool detail on them. They're really well made, and they're the bobblehead versions, as you can see. But yeah, I like them. I was really like the series, so I was like, okay, yeah, why not? And they're only a couple bucks. Um, and then I also, and staying with Star Wars, I got a C-3PO one that I bought quite a while ago, and it too was pretty cheap. That's why I got it. Plus, when it comes to Star Wars, generally, I have a small collection of C-3POs and R2-D2s. I used to have a massive Star Wars collection, models, toys from the original like 1970s, all the way up until the re-releases in the 90s, and then some of the stuff from the prequels. But I sold a lot of it, donated a lot of it, just because the collection was just getting so big and out of control. And then, I was happy to get rid of a lot of it, and then I ended up just rebuilding my museum, but instead of Star Wars stuff, other things. So it's not really a loss with the Star Wars things. Most of it went to children's Christmases and stuff. The stuff that I still kept in the packages that wasn't really valuable. Other things I've sold, so really wasn't the end of the world. And I still have a few things kicking around, but and his eyes are red. But this came out before the new movies, the new Star Wars films. I can't remember which one. Which one was it? Was it The Last Jedi, or was it whatever the third one is? I guess the third one's not The Last Jedi. The third one's got a different name. Something in my pants. That sounded weird, but well, there's that. That's in there too. But there's something. I don't know. Piece of dirt or something. I don't know. But anyway, moving on. These ones I got a while ago. It's Gremlins figures, as you can see. It's Gizmo, and then one of the Gremlins from the movie theater scene. One of the ones wearing the 3D glasses. But I just happened to see these on the shelf. It was I think I bought it at, now it's Game Zone. I think at the time it was called, or now it's GameStop. I can't remember what it was called before. I know I'm not a gamer, but they do sell movie stuff there. So that's why I just saw them through the window. I was hanging out with a friend one day, but she was going somewhere with her family and stuff. So I was just chatting with her, and I'm looking in the window, and I'm seeing these, and I'm just like, hey, where's your family? I want to go in this store. I was like, oh, they got so much movie stuff in there. I had to check it out. But yeah, I bought them. They were a pair. They came in as a set. And then a while ago, I got this one. This is Linda Blair, or Regan from The Exorcist. And the reason I got this is I was actually at a store, BMV, in downtown Toronto. I think there's three locations I know of. There might be four if there's one still on Queen Street. I'm not sure if it's still there, but that's only if you know downtown Toronto. I just spit. But the only reason I bought this at the time was because I went to the store looking for other figures, other types of figures, that not Funko figures, and there was really nothing there, and I didn't want to feel like I wasted the trip, so I bought that just and also, I really like The Exorcist, one of my favorite horror films. And then lastly, I got this mainly because, much like Leatherface's, I also collect Frankenstein's monster. Sorry, that was getting dry, but that's why I got this, and I actually like the way it looks. Like, it's just kind of weird looking. There's other ones like in the Universal collection they have going on, Dracula, that looks pretty good too, and I might consider getting that just so I got the two together. It would be kind of cool. But anyway, that's it for the Funko figures. And now I'm gonna have a sip of this. And I'm going to talk about the ReAction figures. And ReAction, they make like the little figures, like the Star Wars G.I. Joe size figures, and then sell them for most of them are re-releases under that name, and sell them for ridiculously overly priced. I'll just say it. That's why I can say I will never buy any. But then I came across a couple that I liked. And these ones were actually a little bit cheaper, except for the one that someone else bought for me, who shall remain nameless because I don't particularly like the person. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. So I'll start with that one. See if I can find it. There it is. And I actually like the figure, but it's from They Live. It's the, what is it called? The female ghoul. When you see looking at the watch thing, whatever. There's Gunner again. But it's pretty cool. I do like the figure. I do really like this movie anyway. But something else I was going to say about it. Oh, I know. I was going to say ReAction too. They've sort of hijacked the logo from Kenner and reused that. Another funny thing about this, they also re-released the GI Joe figures like this, but the GI Joe figures, what made them so awesome was they had so much articulation. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the one plant you're allowed to eat. But they had so much articulation. The arms moved in every direction. If you know GI Joe figures, versus the Star Wars ones that just kind of did this and the legs went up and down like this. That was about it. So they have the GI Joe figures re-released and they move like the classic Star Wars figures. So they don't really do anything. It's like that was sort of the cool thing about the GI Joe figures versus Star Wars figures, is all the movement. So to me, that was a little bit of a fail on ReAction's part, and they sell for about 25 between. Now I'm talking Canadian dollars, between about $23 to $30, which for a figure that size to me is just ridiculous. That's why I generally don't buy them, and I didn't pay for this one. So we'll talk next. I got some Terminator figures. And these ones here, they weren't used, but they were bought from another store and then they resold them themselves. And they were only about, I think, $15 or $18 at the most. I think they're $15 each, but I got 3 Terminator figures. I got obviously Arnold as the Terminator, and that's the outfit he got at the very beginning when he was like, "Your clothes, give them to me now," and then with Bill Paxton, legendary. But that was the outfit he stole from those guys, and it's a pretty good figure. I mean, it's not crazy. It's like what you'd expect from like a little action figure. And I like how it says, where does it say on it? ReAction figure up on top, adult collectible, not a toy. So it's definitely meant for nerds like me, film geeks that just want to keep it in the package and put it up on display, which is what I do. And I'm knocking over my Funko heads. And then I got this is Kyle Reese. After he stole the trench coat and the shoes and everything, after one on the police chased him around that department store, and then he got away through the window. And that was the outfit he was wearing there. You can't really say it looks a lot like Michael Biehn, but the outfit's right, and it's not intended to be like figure accurate or character accurate in the way it looks. It's just meant to be a not toy collectible. And here's some of the other ones you can get on the back there, which brings me to this one here. Arnie as the classic Terminator outfit with the leather jacket, the sunglasses. Does he have sunglasses on the other one? Wouldn't really make sense if he did. No, he doesn't. Okay. But and I like the sunglasses in the first Terminator. In the sequels, they don't make any sense because he's just wearing them cosmetically for reasons. Whereas in the first one, it was for practical reasons. He got shot in the eye and the camera was visible, so he was wearing them to hide the camera, which made sense. Are you okay? You silly monkey. He was standing on the radiator and he was leaning on, this here is, the dryer is here, the clothes dryer. And this is the pipe that we put out the window to vent the hot air, and he leaned on it. And I guess he thought it would hold his weight, but it didn't. And I didn't realize what he was standing on, so otherwise I would have caught him. But oh well, he's okay. Cat's Bounce. He's just right here. Anyway, up next is Eddie from Iron Maiden, of course, and this is from the Live After Death album cover. Well, you can see it right there, Live After Death. What does it say here? Called the Risen Eddie action figure. And actually, I got a few Eddies in my collection now. I like Iron Maiden. I'm not a huge fan of the band, but I do like them, and I love the Eddie character. I love the Eddie figure and all the different variations on all the album covers, drawings I've seen, and now all the action figures. And this one, I think I did. It says there $19.99, but I don't think I paid that because I think there was another sticker on the front that said $14.99 or 18. It might have been $18.99, but I know that I don't think I went that high on it. But it is possible. Sometimes I do just go fuck it and buy it. So that might have been what happened. Now my last two here is classic horror. So we got. I'll start off with this one. Is Nosferatu, Count Orlok, right there. Kind of a cool looking figure. The art on it, the art on the packaging is really well done. And a few other figures you can get in the back, and then Nosferatu emerging from the German silent films, blah blah blah. We already know that he's an iconic character in an iconic movie, and unless you don't like silent films, which a lot of people don't, and you probably know who the character is anyway. But this is the Halloween series, Nosferatu, which is actually inaccurate because his name's Count Orlok. But anyway, that's not important. But there's that figure. And then lastly, this is actually the most recent one I bought. And I think I paid like $14 for it, which is Phantom of the Opera, of course, by Lon Chaney Sr. I don't know why it took me a second to remember his name, but and it's actually pretty good. It's out of them all, it's probably the one that's the most accurate to what the character actually looks like. And the artwork, of course, looks pretty cool. Was a fully posable action figure. No, it's not really fully posable. Like I said, the legs just go up and down, and so do the arms. And then there's some other ones that they have. And honestly, looking at these, I probably would buy all of them if I could find them all. And I don't like ordering stuff offline, not because I'm afraid it's going to get stolen. I just don't find it very fun. I actually like the hunt, and when I come across something and it's that nice surprise, like, oh wow, I've been looking for that. It's just too easy to order stuff online. But if that's your thing, hey, all the power to you. I just enjoy the hunt and the surprise of finding things. Anyway, if you watched this all the way to the end, thank you so much. If you got some figures of your own you want to talk about in the comments below, please do. If you want to help me out, and subscribe. I just want to get up to 1,000 subscribers, just as a little personal goal to myself. I'm not monetized or anything like that. I just do this for fun. Yeah, any comments, likes are welcome. And I guess for now, that's it. And like I said, thanks for watching, and play with your toys, or don't play with your toys, collect your toys, and talk about your toys. Make videos about your toys. I like my toys. Anyway, that was weird, but so am I. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next one, bye.